going this way?
It's darker.
Oh, I like that.
I like it too. But just keep driving.
Who are you?
Never mind. Take it easy and I won't hurt nobody.
It is with a heavy heart that I pass on information about my friend, actress Jan Shepard. She joined me on A Word on Westerns as a guest several times to talk about her many acting jobs, dozens of TV series, lots of them westerns, and 2 Elvis Presley movies. She must have been a joy to work with on set because she sure was fun for me and our audience. I'm about to show you her first appearance on our show in just a minute. It was one of our very first episodes from 2014 when we were still doing interviews in the Gene Autry Museum's cafe. I'd never met her and stumbled through the interview laughing along with her. What a hoot, talking about her films and her wild roommate, future Gunsmoke star Amanda Blake. Wait till you hear her stories. Anyway, that interview is coming up after I give you a bit more background about her career. Jan passed away peacefully from respiratory failure at 1 o'clock Friday, January the 17th. She had had a heart attack back on October 29th. She was alone, but her son Brandon, who worked the property department on Murder, She Wrote and Goliath, made sure she was wearing an emergency alarm that connected directly to medical responders. The ambulance arrived quickly and rushed her to the emergency room. She was 96 years old and strong, and it seemed like she would recover. She was in and out of the hospital 3 times and in 2 rehab care facilities during December. I talked to her on the phone regularly, and she was still sharp, filled with memories that she readily shared, and it was always hard to hang up. As an actress, Jan Shepard was always in demand. When she went from brunette to blonde, the talented and gorgeous lady never stopped working. Her leading men were the stars and guest stars of TV's classic Western series. James Arness, Steve McQueen, Jim Drury, Clint Eastwood, Clayton Moore, and Joel McRae, just to name a few. One of Jan's first Westerns was a 1954 episode of Death Valley Days co-starring Dirk London called Yallar. Yes, the same Dirk London who later portrayed Morgan Earp in the hit TV series The Life and Legend of WYATT Earp. Dirk's real name was Ray Boyle, and they got married that year. Some of Jan's other Westerns include The Lone Ranger, The High Chaparral, Tales of the Texas Rangers, Sergeant Preston of the Yukon, Gunslinger with Tony Young, The Gray Ghost, Trackdown, Wichita Town, 2 episodes of Laramie, 1 of Dead or Alive, Tombstone Territory, 5 episodes of The Virginian, Lawman, and U.S. Marshal, among others. Jan made 4 appearances on Gunsmoke. Her first was The Tall Trapper, a 30-minute episode with Strother Martin as her husband. In another black and white half hour, she was the wife of up-and-coming actor Jim Drury, a close friend already. Jan's favorite Gunsmoke was with actor Steve Einat called Noose of Gold, a color 60-minute episode from 1967. Jan made 2 films with the King, Elvis Presley, King Creole and Paradise Hawaiian Style. In King Creole, directed by Michael Curtiz, she played his sister. Elvis surprised Jan at her birthday party with a present. It was an 8mm movie camera, and she used it to document the festivities. Jan even worked for producer Roger Corman in the cult movie classic Attack of the Giant Leeches. The producers of Perry Mason cast her multiple times, and she worked on many of the TV shows of the 1950s and 60s. Her last TV appearance was on The Rookies in 1973 when she retired. Jan's husband Ray died January 6, 2022 at the age of 98. They were a fantastic couple. Yep, Jan did them all, and when she joined me on A Word on Western several times to talk about Jim Arness, Eastwood, McQueen, Jim Drury, Elvis, and rooming with young, wild, and sexy Amanda Blake before and after she was cast as Miss Kitty on Gunsmoke. There were always lots of laughs and memories with Jan. She was born Josephine Angela Sorbello, March 19, 1928, in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, arriving in Los Angeles in 1949. After her stroke, Jan and I would only text. It was easier for her. Just after New Year's, she developed a chest cold which turned into pneumonia, and that led to her final days. She was one of the nicest people I've ever known. She passed away 8 weeks shy of turning 97. Now, here's Jan from our very first interview together in 2014. It's followed by Cornered, a 1955 episode of Public Defender starring Jan with future superstar Charles Bronson. So now I'm going to do an intro. How's that?
Okay. Sorry about that.
No. She's so cute. Today on A Word on Westerns, we're going to be speaking with a lady whose career in Westerns is phenomenal. Jan Shepard appeared in them all. Death Valley Days, Gray Ghost, The Lawman, Rawhide,
Gunsmoke.
Bonanza, The High Chaparral. She did them all.
I did them all.
And here she is. That's amazing that you were in so many different Westerns. I know you didn't do them exclusively, but you were in more Westerns than any other actress I can think of.
I know.
And of all those, were the good guys really good?
Oh, they were wonderful. I don't know if there's any wranglers here, stuntmen. Boy, they're the greatest. They're the greatest to work with. I'm telling you, they protect you like you're a baby. If you try to get up on a horse, they're there pushing you up, and they're just wonderful. You know, I had a funny feeling when I did my first Western, though, really, that I had been there before. I was very comfortable in the clothes. I was comfortable with the morals of a Western. I don't know. I think I lived before.
What was your
not
first
sure.
Western? Do you remember?
Tales of the Texas Rangers.
Oh, wow.
You remember?
Yeah. That's where they were walking down the street at the beginning and were joined by different people until at the end of the opening credits, there was a street filled with Texas Rangers. And at the end of the show, it would be the opposite of that. It was Willard Parker and Harry Lauder were the Texas Rangers, based on the radio series that starred Joel McCrea.
I worked with him, too.
Let's talk about Joel McCrea. What did you work with Joel McCrea on?
What was his series called?
Wichita Town.
Wichita Town, yes. I played a pregnant lady on that show, and I actually was. And it was so funny because when we were shooting, one of the guys said, "We're going to break for lunch or something. Why don't you take that thing off?" He said, "You'll be a lot more comfortable." And I took his hand and I went, "It's not a thing. It's a baby." So, no, Joe McCrea, it was phenomenal. Gee, what a nice man. Mm-hmm. And I met his wife just maybe 2-3 years ago.
Frances D.
And she said, I introduced myself and said, "I worked with your husband and your son, Joel." And she said, "Oh, tell me all about it." What a lovely lady.
Yeah, she
sure
was
a terrific woman. Beautiful, too, just beyond words. Very beautiful.
You did multiple episodes of Gunsmoke.
Many.
And was there a consistency in the crew and the team and the mood that was on that show? It lasted for 20 years.
Well, first of all, I was a roommate with Amanda Blake for 2 years before she got Gunsmoke. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I've got a funny story about her.
Well, let's hear it.
She wanted to get on that show, and we were just living from paycheck to paycheck. I was working at iMagnons at the time, and she wanted to go on this interview for Gunsmoke, and we had to round up quarters and nickels and dimes because she wanted to dress in a Western outfit. So she had to go to the West and rent the dress. But it paid off. She got the part. But that, Amanda and I go back a long way.
What type of person was she?
She was a hot little girl, I'll tell you. She had that gorgeous red hair, and green eyes, and just beautiful. One time, I'll just give you a little hint of what she was like, really. One time we were about to have a dinner, and we invited some friends over, and one of her boyfriends came by, and he was telling her she was doing the salad incorrectly, cutting it incorrectly. Well, she ran in the bathroom, locked the door, and I said, Amanda, don't do this. I've worked all day, and I'm tired, and please come on out. She said, no, I'm going to kill myself. And I said, how? And she said, I've got a razor blade. And I went, oh, my God. Amanda, please do me a favor. Get in the bathtub. If you're going to cut your wrists, I don't want to have to mop up blood at the end of the night. Well, she came out and says, you didn't really care. I said, yes, I cared, but I'm tired. But she was feisty. She's feisty.
Now, Big Jim Arness was such a stalwart hero on that show.
Yeah.
What was he like in person?
Well, in person, he was just the same as he was. Really, he was Matt Dillon. I mean, he was. It was funny because I had to do a scene with him, and I'm playing a hooker with a black eye. And he's trying to get out to me who gave me the black eye. And I just say everything else but. And he actually got annoyed with me. I said, Jim, it's in the script. And he was lovely to work with. Chester made him laugh all the time. I mean, he kept the spirits going on the set. He was wonderful.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that you played a hooker. Now, in the early TV Westerns, it seems like that there were only two types of women, the hookers and the good girls.
The one who waved goodbye when they took off on their horses and they never saw him again, right?
Yeah. They should have been hookers.
Yeah. Well, actually, so many of the women who lived with these cowboys were hookers. In the days they had to make money. Mm-hmm. That's somehow.
Now, in the 50s shows that you did, I mean, again, Bat Masterson wasn't very realistic, and the women in that were usually damsels in distress or conniving.
Yeah.
And were you able to play each type different times?
Oh yeah, I played really bad girls, but mostly played nice girls. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was the baddest, meanest girl you played?
Well, I got involved with a priest one time.
Okay, that counts.
Does that count? That was in a Gunsmoke, and you want to know about the bad ones, huh?
Well, yeah. It's because today, in today's world, you have to have a little darkness or the shows don't last.
I know.
Yeah, so.
I know. No, but I usually played the wife, the mother, the leading lady, like I said, waving goodbye, crying. They'd hire me because I cry easily. So it was, but mostly all of them were wonderful roles. I'm telling you, we had some great writers in those days, some wonderful writers, and especially a writer called Richard Nelson. He really knew women, and I did a lot of his shows.
Now, did the writers ever come on set, or were they just you just saw the script and recognized their names and says, "Oh, this is going to be a good part for me"?
Well, usually it would be the producer who gets the script, mm-hmm. and it's a dramatic thing. It has to be very dramatic, and And he would call me and I'd say, who wrote it? And he'd say, well, Richard Nelson. I go, great. Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, I did a bunch of his stuff.
Public Defender.
Hello, I'm Mike Wallace with real news. News about Revlon's new Lanolite lipstick, the first non-smear lipstick that actually beauty treats your lips as you wear it. And no wonder, it's made with Revlon's own lanolite, the penetrating ingredient that's 3 ways better than lanolin itself. The very same ingredient Revlon uses in its rich face creams. Yes, Revlon's Lanolite lipstick is the first beauty cream lipstick especially made to soften and moisten your lips. Get one tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Bart Matthews, your public defender. What you have just seen is another reason why Revlon is the greatest name in cosmetics. The public defender is a public servant employed by the community and responsible for giving legal aid without cost to any person who seeks it and is financially unable to employ private counsel. It is his duty to defend those accused of crime until the issue is decided in a court of law. Now, the Public Defender's Office is not only concerned with the practice of law, we are even more concerned about the rights of human beings. And to help one person in trouble, we often stick our necks out a long way.
Yeah, the paper says it'll hit 93 tomorrow.
I'll take even money it's not right now. How do you keep so cool, Miss Janice?
I use mirrors.
Huh?
Joke.
Oh.
How'd it go in court?
Well, pretty rough. The sergeant here... Oh, I'm sorry. This is Sergeant Angel of the Robbery Division.
Hi.
My secretary, Miss Janice.
Hello. You lost, I take it.
Well, let's put it this way. The prosecution won.
Public Defender's Office. Yes, he's here. It's for you.
Oh, thanks.
What about this
Hello.
Dunkirk call, Miss Janice?
Well, I don't know. He called 3 times. He wouldn't leave his name.
Hold on a second. You want to go to the fights tomorrow night?
Fights?
At the Legion. Duke Shannon's trying to come back.
Well,
Good seats ringside.
I hate to be a killjoy, but you're addressing the Hollywood Junior Chamber dinner tomorrow night, remember?
Yeah, I knew there was something. I'm sorry, Jack. Another time, huh?
Sure. No sale, Russick. See if one of the other boys can use it. Right, and tell the captain I'll be right over. And thanks. Thank you, miss. Sure you won't change your mind?
I'm afraid not, Jack, as much as I'd like to.
Well, you're the boss. Well, I've got to check in. I'm glad to have met you, Miss Janice.
Nice to have met you, too.
So long, Bart.
Bye, Jack.
Seems like a nice man, though, Sergeant.
Yeah, he is. And he has a very charming wife and 2 nice kids.
Oh. Hot, isn't it?
Would you get me that Dunkirk number? I'll take it in the office.
Yes, sir, right away. Outside, please.
Bucksford Arms. 211. I'll see if he's in.
Hello?
I have Mr. Matthews for you. Hold on, please.
Yes?
I have your Dunkirk number on, too.
Oh, thanks. Hello, this is Bart Matthews.
Oh, Mr. Matthews, I want to give myself up.
Who is this?
I'm tired. I'm tired of running, and you got to help me, Mr. Matthews.
I'm sorry, I can't help you unless I know your name.
This is Nobby Bullard.
Nobby Bullard?
Yeah. You remember 2 years ago you were my lawyer? I slugged some guy.
Oh, yes, I remember. You were charged with assault with a deadly weapon because you were a fighter.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, what kind of trouble are you in now?
Well, you see, I couldn't get any fights here, and so I left town.
You mean you broke probation?
Well, I didn't mean no harm, Mr. Matthews.
Oh, yeah, I know. They never do. Hold it, Nobby.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Miss Janice. Would you call fugitive and see if there's a warrant out on Nobby Bullard?
Yes, sir, right away.
Thanks. Hello, Nobby. You still there?
Yeah. Hey, you weren't calling the cops, were you, Mr. Matthews?
No, definitely not. Now, let's have the whole story, huh?
Well, like I said, I went up north, where nobody would know me, and I got a couple of fights, prelims. And, it was anything to make a buck.
Yes, I understand. Go on.
Well, then I got hurt, and this doc, he said that I couldn't fight no more. He said I was sluggy.
Yeah?
Hey, Jake, this Roxy, was you asleep?
No, I was taking a bubble bath. What do you want?
I just thought you ought to know your investment is flipping his lip to the public defender.
Oh, yeah? What's he saying?
He says he's tired of running away, wants to give himself up. I told you the guy was nuts.
He will be when I get through with him. Thanks, Roxy. I'll take care of you later.
Oh, that's okay. Just make it something small. I got a weak heart.
Uh-huh. Oh, hold it, Albie. What did you find out?
Well, there's a warrant out, all right. And Captain Vaughn is just full of questions.
You didn't tell him anything, did you?
What do I know to tell?
Good girl. Thanks. Hello, Navi?
Mr. Matthews, can I give myself up tonight? I don't want any dead time.
Wait a minute, Navi. Didn't Judge Potter handle your case?
Yeah. Yeah. That was the guy.
Well, he's away on vacation, Navi. He'll be back Monday. Now, he knows all about you. I think it would be wise if we were to wait and...
Oh, no. I'm not going to sit in that tank until Monday. I'll be away long enough as it is.
Now, wait a minute, Navi. Listen to me and listen carefully. Now, you said you trust me. All right, then, trust me enough to hold off until tomorrow night. Now, I want you to meet me outside of the fight stadium tomorrow night.
All right, Mr. Matthews. You can trust me. I won't let you down. Goodbye.
Maybe he can trust you, but I can't, punk.
You shouldn't have done that, Jake.
You shouldn't shoot your mouth off.
Well, I was talking to my lawyer, and I can talk to my lawyer if I want to.
Sit down. Roxy? Jake. I thought you ought to know Nabi Boulard just moved. He didn't leave no forwarding address. Got it? So you're tired of running, huh? You want to give yourself up?
Who told you?
I got ears. What'd that Matthews ever do for you except get you 6 months on the honor farm and 2 years probation?
Yeah, but he said...
I don't care what he said. Look, I got a lot of dough wrapped up in you, and you're going to stick around and work it out.
All right, now, suppose I don't want to.
I'll tell you what, if you don't want to. Matthews will drag you into court, and the judge will give you a year. This time in a pen.
I don't care, Jake. I'm tired of running.
Nobby, you didn't let me finish. I got a lot of friends up there that owe me a few favors. Now, you wouldn't like not to wake up some morning with a shiv stuck in your back, would you?
No. But suppose I'm picked up by the police.
You let Jake worry about that.
But if I don't show, Matthews will tell him where I am.
Nobby, boy, look, you're not thinking. Didn't you hear me tell Roxy you moved?
Yeah.
There's not a cop alive that can get by Roxy. Oh, and incidentally, neither can you.
I'm not asking you to close your eyes on this case. All I'm asking is that you forget that a kid named Nabi Bullard even existed until Monday.
Why Monday?
Because that's when Judge Potter gets back from his vacation. He understands the problems in this case.
I'll buy that. But what has that got to do with picking him up right now?
He didn't have to call me, Captain. But here's a scared kid that's trying to straighten himself out. Do the right thing.
That's very touching, Bart. But how do we know the kid will show as promised?
Well, if he had the nerve to call me in the first place, he'll have the nerve to meet me tomorrow night.
Charlie, Captain Vaughn. You know that Bullard case? Well, keep it on ice till the first of next week. Yeah. Don't waste any time on it. Okay.
Thanks, Captain.
Don't thank me. All I know is if the kid don't show, it's your neck.
Yeah.
Hey, Roxy. Roxy! Will you answer the phone?
Where you going, Nobby?
Oh, it was hot up there, so I thought I'd go out and get some fresh air.
Too much fresh air will kill you.
What?
Come here.
Unless you want to start breathing through your stomach, you better get back upstairs.
Look, Roxy, I promised Duke Shannon that I would come down and see him tonight because, you know, wish him luck on his comeback.
And I promised Jake you wouldn't leave the hotel.
Hey, what are you reading?
The form. Now get going.
Wait a minute. Look at here. You see this horse? I won $60 on this horse here.
Yeah, what horse?
Right here, Flying Eagle in the 3rd at Hollywood, see? Boy, they'd let me get away with that in the ring. I'd have won more fights.
Well, how do you like it, Nobby, huh? Pretty slick.
Yeah. You must have been practicing.
Oh, you're not kidding. Here, feel that coat. That's heavy.
Hey, how come you got on this gun kit? You watching television? Huh?
No, one of the fellas out of training camp. He's a real cowboy. He showed me how. Showed me this whole rig. What time is it?
I got lots of time before the men go.
You think they'll send you up this time?
Mr. Matthews, he promised me a fair shake. I'll get a fair shake.
You believe that?
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, nothing.
Well, why shouldn't I believe it? He said he made a deal for me.
How do you know he didn't make a deal with the cops? Huh?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, it'd make him look awfully good. Him turning you in. See, they couldn't find you, but he did. See what I mean? Huh?
Well, I don't believe that. You know, Jake, he said that. I don't believe him either.
Well, suit yourself, kid. Just remember, if things don't work out the way you planned, Duke Shannon told you so. I'm gonna flatten this guy tonight.
Hi, Bart. Thought you were making speeches tonight.
Oh, hi, Jack. No, I had to call it off.
Need a ticket? I got an extra one.
No, thanks.
How's your pretty secretary, Miss Janice?
Fine.
What's the matter, Bart? What makes you so jumpy?
Nothing.
It's gonna be hot as a priest.
Hey, look, don't let me keep you, Jack.
You try to give me the brush off, Bart?
What makes you say that? I just thought the first bout was on. And...
I heard a wonderful golf story. It seems that this sportsman played golf every single Sunday for 30 years.
When Nobby Bullard failed to arrive at the appointed time, I didn't worry at first. But after an hour had gone by and he didn't show, I started to get that empty feeling in the pit of my stomach. My neck was way out. I had to find the boy or else. But that could be a big job and I needed help.
Come on, Duke. Let's show how a good fighter comes back. Hi, Bart. Change your mind, huh? Main event's just starting. Watch this Shannon kid. He never stops throwing leather.
I gotta talk to you, Jack.
Go ahead.
Outside, we can't talk in here.
Sure, Bart. Right after the fight.
Oh, well, now I'm in trouble.
Trouble? What are you talking about?
Right up to here. I need your help.
Won't wait, huh?
Not a minute.
Come on.
Hit him, Duke! Once more and he's through!
One, two, three.
Get up, will you? I'm not on your corner.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
My boy, Duke!
Oh, quiet, honey. You sound like you own him or something.
Never mind. That's 5 I win and 5 you lose. Pay Mother.
Remind me to take you to Las Vegas sometime. You are the winningest gal.
Well, I won you, didn't I?
That's my last 5.
My, we went through our first millions awful quick.
Yeah, well, next time I bet on the black corner.
Oh, come on, I'll buy you a drink. Better open the windows before we cook in here.
Honey, did I forget to lock this door?
I don't know. Car's still here. Don't worry about it. Oh, let's drive down to the beach and act like we're not married. Why are we going this way?
It's darker.
Oh, I like that.
I like it too. But just keep driving.
Who are you?
Never mind. Take it easy and I won't hurt nobody.
Oh. What do you want?
$300 now. Either I get it or you're gonna get it. This gun's loaded.
You don't think we have that kind of money on us, do you? Why, I just took away my husband's last $5 when he was silly enough to bet against Shannon.
Look, I'm not stupid, lady. You don't drive this kind of car unless you got money. Now, either I get that money or I'm gonna shoot you.
What good would that do? The cops will find you, and then you know what you'll get, the gas chamber.
You just shut up.
Look, why don't I just pull over and stop and you get out and we'll forget the whole thing, huh?
You just keep driving. I ain't going nowhere until I get that money.
Look, pal, as long as we're going to be together for a while, we might as well find out who we are, huh? My name is Jim, and this is Judy. What's your name?
It's Nobby.
Nobby, huh?
I shouldn't have told you that.
What harm will it do? There's no one around to tell. Say, Nobby, I'd like to ask you something.
Yeah?
What are you going to do with the $300 if you get it?
Don't give me no if. You're gonna get it or you're gonna be dead. Her too.
Oh, I guess I could write a check, but where would I cash it this time of night?
Must be some liquor store open or something. When you get down here to Santa Monica, turn and go out. Stop at the first one.
All right, pal. You're calling him.
All right, now, you know where it is, so get going. And if you ain't back by 11:30, you better start looking for another wife. And leave the keys right back where they were.
What's to stop you from driving off with my wife?
What's to stop you from calling the police? Now put the keys back. And go.
Look, fella.
Oh, hi. It's hot, isn't it? Got some nice cold beer on ice.
Look, please, I'm in trouble. You've got to cash a check for me.
Yeah?
What's keeping him? And don't take that long to cash no check.
That's a lot of money. Maybe he went to some other place.
Well, he better get it. That's all. He better get it. Now stop moving around. Just sit still. Now don't you turn around. Don't make a sound.
Oh, look, I've got identification. Here's my bank book, my credit cards.
Oh, yeah, sure. I remember you now.
Yeah.
I seen your picture in the paper.
Yeah, that's
You're
right.
the fella that won the golf tournament over at Lakeview last week.
Yeah, please,
oh,
look.
say, listen, you could do me a lot of good. You know something? I got such trouble with
Fella,
a slice.
please.
See, when I stand like this and I pull back,
Look, would you wait just a minute, please? Would you cash a check for me now, please?
Well, I don't know how much there is in here. You see, this place has been held up so many times, the boss don't like to keep too much money.
I understand.
in
Would
the
you
till.
check, please?
Well, I'll find out. Yeah, let me see here. Now, there's $39.10. Will that do you any good?
No, thanks. I'm afraid that's not enough.
Oh, well.
Wait just a minute. Lend me that dime there, will you?
The dime? Sure.
It's a good use.
There you are.
Operator, get me the police.
Uh-huh. What are those names again? Jake South, S-O-U-T-H, and Roxy Williams. I see. Well, you better bring them in. We'll find out if they know anything. Yeah, I'll get a stakeout right over there. Thanks, Jim. You know a small-time hood named Jake South?
No, but Nobby does. Jake brought him back to town.
They're bringing him in for questioning. Russick, you and your partner stake out the hotel. Bullard might just come back. It's a hot shot. I'll get it. Forget that stakeout. We won't need it.
Why, what happened?
Well, what I think is you better start looking for a good lawyer. Come on.
Nobby, you're not a real crook. Why are you doing this?
Look, that's none of your business.
What could $300 possibly buy you to make you take this kind of risk?
I ain't talking about it. Shut up.
This wasn't your idea. You didn't plan this, now did you?
But sure I did. I had the plan. I didn't want him to get me.
Who'd get you? You mean they'd kill you?
I didn't say that.
Is that why you're running away?
All I know is I gotta get out of this town. I got it, and I gotta do it tonight. Hey, who's that?
I don't know.
If that's a cop, you're gonna get it. Who's that in the back?
It's the man from a liquor store. We had to go to a couple of places. He drove me back with the money.
All right, now get going before something happens. Stop the car. What are you trying to pull?
What's the matter?
That car, it's following us.
I told you it was the man from the liquor store. Bumpers must be locked. Judy, go see about it, will you?
And don't you pull nothing funny.
You still see her?
No, I don't see nothing.
Come on out, Nobby, with your hands up. You're covered.
Where did you get him?
Where I aimed, in the leg. Get an ambulance.
Thanks.
This gun's empty.
Well, it might help it could. Nice coming, too.
Come here, boy. Take it easy, sir.
Why did you do it, Nobby? I trusted you.
Mr. Matthews, you double-crossed me.
I double-crossed you? How?
We made a deal. We were supposed to meet, and you were supposed to see me alone.
I was alone, Nobby.
No, you were with him. Duke told me that you would frame me, that you were trying to get in good with these police. Mr. Matthews, I didn't know what to do. I just ran. I wanted to get out of the town, and I needed the money. I didn't want to hurt anybody. Honest, I didn't. Honest.
That's the reason you gave me the burst at the arena. Why didn't you tell me, Bart?
I don't know. Maybe it was like that story you were trying to tell me.
What?
The timing was bad. The case of Nobby Bullard charging robbery and kidnapping was submitted to Judge Potter. On the transcript of the preliminary hearing, he was found guilty of assault by means of force, a necessarily included offense. Counts 1 and 2 were dismissed. The defendant was sentenced to 1 year in the county jail as a condition of further probation. The case you have just seen was brought to a fair and just conclusion through the efforts of a public defender. Tonight, Revlon salutes Public Defender Milton M. Metz, City of St. Louis, Missouri, and his staff for outstanding achievement in the cause of justice.
Watch for new Marlboro filters in your city. Next week, Public Defender will be brought to you by Philip Morris.
My name is Rob Word, and we love bringing these programs to you. We've got a lot more scheduled coming up. We post a new one every single week, and we want you to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.